Hello good people, welcome back to Memory Bites. It's been a while. How you doing? How you keeping? You doing anyone? You look good. You look good. Welcome back. What am I doing? Anyway, a few weeks ago when I went through my Game Boy collection, I discovered, much to my own surprise, that I had a lot of superhero games. So I thought I would explore my collection and I'm going to show you what superhero games I've got. I've got more than I actually thought I did. I have mostly Marvel, some DC, a few others. But I'm going to show you what I have. Now, I don't have all superhero games, because I don't have all the ones released. And there was just so many superhero games out there. It's unbelievable. Over so many formats, so many systems, arcade machines. For as long as there have been consoles to play them on, there have been superhero games. And a good superhero game, when done well, it's the best game you can play. When a superhero game is done poorly, it's a giant pile of poo. And I have a few of those in this collection. Absolutely I do. My first superhero game that I ever played was Spider-Man on the Atari 2600. Way back in the past, when we actually rented our first Atari from a local shop. Imagine renting your PlayStation 4 from a shop. Not going to happen. But we rented an Atari from a local shop for a week. Cost a few pounds, which back then I know was a lot of money. I sound really old. Came with a bunch of games. The only one I wanted to play was Spider-Man, my favourite superhero. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I've looked for it. I don't even have an Atari, but I looked for that game, and the price is through the roof. But I do have a fair few games. Okay, so not the Marvel, not the DC, the other games I got are mostly featuring these guys, the Turtles. One of the first Turtle games I played was this, and I love it. I still love it. It's still ridiculously difficult, especially if you've played this when you get to the dam level. The level with the dam, not the dam level. The level with the dam. Very difficult. That seaweed kills me every time. I can't even get anywhere near finishing this game without a Game Genie. So I'm glad I actually picked one up a while back, because this is impossible without it, I find. Anyway. My favourite Turtle game, though, is the arcade game. That is brilliant. I've spent so much money on Turtles, the arcade game. If I added up all the money I spent on that game, I could probably buy my own cabinet, really. Which is why I'm looking for Turtles 2 for the NES, which is a port of the arcade game. It's really good port, actually. Really good port. So that's my first game to show you. I also have the Game Boy game for Foot Clan. That's sideways on. Turn it the right way around, Mark. That's better. For the Foot Clan. It's the only Game Boy game, original Game Boy game I have of the Turtles. I'm trying to pick the rest up. Very difficult to find. And if I do find them, they're usually quite expensive as well. Most Turtle games are, especially the old Hero Turtle games. They're quite expensive. I remember looking for Hyperstone Heist for the Mega Drive, and that was really expensive. Not as expensive as Turtles in Time. Very expensive game. Very expensive game. My next Turtle game I have is the TMNT for the DS. Not bad. Not fantastic by any means, but not bad. Based on a recent a few years ago, computer animated movie. Now this game is one of the best Turtle games of recent years, I think. This plays a lot like the old arcade. This is a bit more 3D, but this plays a lot like the old arcade game. I also have the Game Boy one of these as well. Oh my word, everything's fallen over. Turtles 2, which I mentioned a few weeks ago, is not a good game. It's a direct follow-on from that one, but this one's not very good. But what I do love about this one, in case you missed it, this game has has the arcade as an unlockable content. You have to get to world 9, level 2 or something, you collect something else, and it unlocks the arcade game. So you can play it on your PlayStation 2. Absolutely have to have that. And I've unlocked it, and I've played it. And this time they didn't actually have to fork out pound after pound after pound to try and beat it. Just keep pressing the insert coin button. Another Turtles game. My last Turtles game, actually. Mutant Melee. The Turtles version of... I can't remember the name of it. The Turtles version of Smash Brothers. Yes. Turtles version of Smash Brothers. Not good at all. But it's Turtles, so I picked it up. Because I'm a sucker like that. A few other superhero games I've got that are not either Marvel or DC. Spawn the Eternal. PlayStation 1. I actually quite enjoyed this. Starts off as like a platformer, 3D platformer. You're running around the streets of New York, I think it is, hunting down bad guys. And then when you meet one, it becomes like a beat 'em up, one-on-one beat 'em up. And it is quite fun, actually, if you ever played this game, to rip off your enemy's arm and to beat them to death with the soggy end. It's quite satisfying. It's good if you're very stressed out at the end of the day. This one, it's a superhero game, but it's not one that's based on any kind of comic that I know of. But I have to mention it because I just love this game. Infamous. Not played the second one, admittedly, but this one, it's great. I've put so many hours into this game. You can choose whether to be a good guy, to be a bad guy. Bit of both, bit of anti-hero. Fantastic game. It's a big open world sandbox type game. Loads to do. Many, many hours on this. You could just spend the entire day forgetting the missions and roaming around the city. Just shooting at people, being a hero, jumping from rooftops, that kind of stuff. It's great. Right. I'm going to move on to my DC games now, which are admittedly mostly Batman games. Yes. Start off with the original Game Boy movie version, Michael Keaton movie version. For me, one of the best Batmen ever. It's ridiculously hard to follow up. Return of the Joker. Still can't get anywhere near beating this game. It's way too difficult. Into the animated ones. Batman the Animated Series. I'd love to have the Super Nintendo version of this. For me, that was the best version of this type of game. I've played the Mega Drive version, played the Super Nintendo, and of course I have this. For me, the Super Nintendo version was the best. But again, like most games, the price is skyrocketed. We have Batman Vengeance, which I also have on the PlayStation 2. Pretty good game. Some people didn't like this, actually. I found it okay. This game, however, yeah, no, not good. I picked the game up based on the strength of the movie. Yeah, I should have done that. But to be honest, I probably would have picked it up anyway. I love the Batman Beyond, sorry, Batman of the Future, as it says there. Batman of the Future, Batman Beyond. I love that series. I think it was great. Also got it on Game Boy Color as well. It's basically the same game. Basically just as crap. Another Game Boy game. Not bad. Standard platform. Beat 'em up. My last two Batman games. I think if you haven't played them, you certainly heard of them. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. For me, the definitive Batman series. fantastic games. So many hours put into those. Such awesome games. Last two DC games. Flash, based on the 90s Flash TV series, which was fantastic. I loved it, but we only got 3 straight-to-video movies over here, which was the pilot episode, and then it was a couple of episodes, 2-part episodes put together. But we did get the Trickster episodes, which I loved because I love Mark Hamill. It's fantastic. And Injustice, which features Batman, and the Flash. Awesome game. Fantastic beat 'em up, and a really good storyline behind it too. This is one of those games where I can go onto YouTube and look for a video game movie. This will pop up, and you could watch it like a movie. Just brilliant. Not done that with number 2 yet though, so I don't want to spoil it for myself. Need a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One first, but I don't want to spoil it for myself. But that was DC. My Marvel games. I mentioned before about Spider-Man for the Atari, because he is my favourite superhero ever. You probably see him poking his head out from up there. I love Spider-Man. I have done since I was 3, I think it was. And I first picked up a comic before I could even read. It was an annual my grandma got me. This guy in red and blue was just bursting off the page. I loved it. From then, I've been a massive Spider-Man geek ever since. So anytime I see a Spider-Man game, I look at it, pick it up if I can afford it. Start with this one. The original Game Boy Adventures. Oh, amazing. Okay, right, my God. Amazing Spider-Man. Now this apparently has gone pretty expensive too. But your standard Spider-Man, walk along, punch a bad guy, jump from a rooftop, do a bit of swinging type game. But I like it, it's great. And I'm happy to have it still in its box as well. I really have to make a box for this though, which is my favourite Game Boy Spider-Man game, number 2. Really good. Love that game. Standard stuff again. This one is probably the hardest of the 3 though. Very difficult game. Pretty hard. I actually can't beat this without my Game Boy. My Game Boy. Of course I can't beat it without my Game Boy. Mark, what are you saying? Wake up. Game Genie. What on earth is wrong with me today? I'm so excited about superheroes. Spider-Man. Yes. Can't beat it without my Game Genie. I need some more coffee or something. Yes, very difficult game, but a good one. Spider-Man and the X-Men. A lot of people didn't like it. I quite enjoyed it. Prefer the Mega Drive version of it actually, but I don't have that because I sold my Mega Drive collection a very long time ago because I'm an idiot. Biggest gaming regret: selling my Mega Drive collection to get money for an N64 back when it was first released. That's another story. I'll get into that another time. But I had this, the Mega Drive, and wish I still had it pen. But it's expensive now. Despite no one liking it, it's still pretty expensive. But anyway, that's pretty good. Move on to the Game Boy Color. Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. This isn't bad. This is a bit better. A bit easier too. You can pretty much just swing the entire way through this game. But it's Spider-Man, and I'm a geek. So there you go. Not bad. Not completely all the way through, but it's not bad. Basically, these Spider-Man games are basically the same thing. There's a bunch of his villains. They've stolen something or kidnapped someone. It's your job to get it back. There's a bunch of power-ups and bad guys along the way. They're all the same, but I just love them. Ultimate Spider-Man. Another good. Picked it up for about £1, I think it was, from a convention a few years back. Well worth it. Okay, you can see that. Based on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film, which I loved. Actually saw it at the cinema 3 times, that film. Told you, geek. But yeah, really good. Now, for me, this is one of the best Spider-Man games. Spider-Man 2. Such a huge open city to explore. I think if you have this game or you've played this game, everyone's done the same thing. We've climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, had a look out, and then run and jump off it, and then swung out at the last moment to try and save yourself. And you can actually feel yourself falling. It's great. Love that game. Still play it. Fantastic. Now, my favourite Spider-Man game probably is Shattered Dimensions, but I don't have that. But I do have its follow-up, Edge of Time, which is Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099. And if you have a save for Shattered Dimensions on your system and you put this in, you can unlock a whole bunch of new costumes. But good game. Pretty good game. Also, pretty good game. This one, Web of Shadows. This is another one where you can choose to be the good guy, you can choose to be the bad guy. And what a lot of people like about this is that you have the symbiote costume. Symbiote? However you choose to say it, that's the costume you've got. And, of course, Venom is in it. It's one of most people's favourite bad guys. My favourite bad guy would have to be Carnage. My favourite storyline of the comics I have was Maximum Carnage. Love that. Love good game too, which I don't have. I've really got to build my collection up again. Crazy. These two are the last two Spider-Man games I have. And they're the PS1 versions. One way on. Spider-Man 2. It was great. Great games these. When they first came out, played them. Got them on the day of release. Played them for a long, long time till I beat them. Awesome. I think you can get this one on the N64. You can get this on the N64. Yes, I actually saw it at Play Blackpool a few months back. And the difference in price was crazy. This one, PlayStation version, was on sale for, I think it was £8. N64 version was something like 40. Maybe it's rarer, maybe no one bought it, I don't know. Anyway. So that was the Spider-Man games, that was that done. Other Marvel games I have. X-Men. Love this game. Imagine Streets of Rage with X-Men, basically. Great game. Mutant Academy. The Game Boy Color version. Not fantastic. I did actually buy this game without looking at any reviews because I have the PlayStation 1 version, which I loved. So I saw that, picked it up straight away. Yes, not get that version. I also have X-Men 2. And Spider-Man is an unlockable character in this. It's really good. Blade. Fantastic film. Not a bad game. Pretty difficult, but yeah. Not a bad movie tie-in game. Remember those piles of poo games I was talking about? Yeah, Fantastic Four. Probably my biggest turkey I have. It's so bad. So bad. Not even so bad it's good, it's just bad. But I wouldn't give it up because it's a Marvel game. And to be honest, I've not actually seen this around very often. Especially at conventions or second-hand shops or retro game stores or anything like that. I don't actually see this a lot. I don't think it's particularly rare. I just don't think many people bought it. But it sits gathering dust in my collection, so there you go. Now then. When Capcom got brought out their fighting games, the 2D Marvel fighting games, the first one I bought was this. Children of the Atom, which is good. This is the game that got me into that kind of 2D fighting game art style. Is this one. So when they released this one a few years later, I just jumped on it. I put so many hours playing on this game. I know it inside and out now. I've unlocked everyone, know all the moves. I wouldn't challenge anyone to a game of it, but so many hours put onto this game. Such a good game. Love it. And then they went and did one better. Marvel vs. Capcom. I put even more hours into this game than I did Marvel Super Heroes. So good game. Such an awesome game. It's one of my favourite games ever. I actually prefer it to, if we can find it. Yep, there it is. Number 2. Don't have number 3 yet. It's one I have to pick up. But, yeah, number 2. There's way more characters on this. But I still prefer number 1. Don't know why, just prefer number 1. Maybe it's because I'm used to it more. Maybe, I don't know. I just prefer that. Number 1. Oh my god, what is wrong with me today? I prefer number 1 to number 2, but number 2 is really good. Now I believe these are quite up there in price as well. I don't know. But hey, there you go. A few left now. Oh, a couple of Game Boy games. Incredible Hulk. Not bad. Wolverine's Range. Wolverine's Range? I'm going to go back to sleep, I think. My god. A lot of editing to do this video. Okay. One of my only Lego games. I have Lego Star Wars for PlayStation 3, the complete collection. I also have this one. Still got to get Lego Batman yet. I've not even touched the Infinity series yet, which does look really good. But enjoyed that. That was really fun. Who doesn't love Lego? Really. Fantastic Four. Not played this. This is one of those games that's in my backlog of games to play. Picked it up fairly cheaply. I just not played it. I just never got around to playing it yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but it's a Marvel game. Maybe you can tell me if it's any good. I honestly don't know. And the last two are actually the same game. Ultimate Alliance, the first one. Don't think I played number 2, but this is pretty good. I originally found it on the PlayStation 2. Then I found it on the Wii. Really, really cheap. And because I liked it so much on this, I picked it up for this. I actually thought it might have been a different game, or maybe you have different characters. And I'm not sure if you do have different characters. It doesn't actually say. Let you know when I've unlocked them all, I suppose. But yeah, I've got those 2. Oh, I actually have 2 more. Ah, here we go. Here we go again, yeah. Another Lego. The 3DS version, which isn't bad. Obviously the PlayStation 3 version is much bigger, but this one's not a bad port of it. And my very last game is actually a recent pickup. I was going to save it for my pickups video, but it's a Marvel game, so I may as well share it. And it is Superhero Squad for the Nintendo DS. Yes, I know. Yeah. I would love to say I picked it up for my kids. I really didn't. No, I didn't. Actually, what drew me to it was this bonus comic book included. So I thought, oh, that's got to be quite rare. Especially if it's still in there with the instructions. It might be quite rare to have that. So, of course, I opened it up and it is. And it's upside down again. It's up there. There you go. There's the comic book. See, there's the comic book. I'm thinking, wow, I've actually got the rare exclusive bonus comic book. It's going to be worth loads. And then I flipped it over and it's actually just on the back of the instructions. Maybe I've wasted £2. I don't know. Again, it's another one of those ones that's not been played yet, even though it's a recent pickup. And look at those. Look at that down there. Look really squashed up, and you can tell it's a Disney game, can't you? Really. Anyway, we'll find out if it's any good or not. Maybe I will let the kids play it. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Okay, that was my superhero collection. I have a load of superhero games, and I'll probably get more in the future because I'm just superhero crazy. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for all the mistakes I made to this. I'm just so I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you soon with more videos. We're coming up to October, which is my favourite month of the year. I love Halloween. I love all things horror, despite being a superhero geek. I do love all things horror, so I might do some videos on my horror collection, on my Resident Evil collection, which I seem to have a lot of games of. I'm looking at them right now. Yeah, I've got quite a few Resident Evil games. Might do those. Also, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. If I do reach 100 subscribers, I am going to give away some of my artwork. As you can see some there. I've got my Mortal Kombat 2. If you look on my Twitter page, I invite you to do so, please. I always showcase my artwork on there. I do 3D designs like this. I've done quite a few games so far. So I'm going to give away some artwork if I reach 100 subscribers. I'll just randomly pick a couple of my subscribers and I will ask them which design. I'll let you choose your own design from my existing backlog, and I will make it up just for you and I will post it off to you. But until then, and until next time, thank you for watching. See you soon.